Today is Wednesday, March 15th, 2023. Welcome in. We're a Flosstube about cross stitch and quilting mainly. Jeannie does a little punch needle. We both do a little crochet, which I haven't done in a long time.
No.
But for those of you that are new and don't know us.
And wool applique?
Yeah, oh yeah, we do wool applique. That's true.
It's episode number 14.
Yes, it is. Good girl. She's reading my notes. Good girl. Updates, we're still in snow heaven here. Oh God, we have so much snow, it's ridiculous.
But we're in the single digits as far as the top snowiest winters on record in Minnesota. So
they thought by this weekend we'd be down at somewhere between 5 and number 3. They didn't know it.
We had text our son who does snow plowing about an hour away from here and said, you know, there's more snow coming in. He says, it's just going to be a small one, just 4 to 5 inches.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why we're floss tubing today, because it's coming tomorrow. We're getting another chunk.
Yeah.
And I mean, they keep telling us all the way through the end of March we're going to get more and more snow. I mean, if you could look out Jeannie's windows, it's yucky.
Yeah.
It's just...
Well, here we got about 17 inches last week between, 3 snowfalls?
Yes.
And a week to 10 days before that, we got 1 snowfall of 17 inches. So,
and I put a picture of my deck on Instagram, and we have a path going to the bird feeder, and I mean, it's just, you can't even see the deck. I mean, I had a picture, you could see a little bit of my table. My table's gone. It's under there somewhere. I don't know where anymore. Yeah. I kind of give up. It just keeps coming.
But we have a snowmobile trail just out my window here, and oh my gosh, it's busy all day and night.
Yeah. They go down our street. I'm in Lindstrom, and they're flying down our street. I'm within 5 minutes of like 8 lakes, and they're all hopping from lake to lake, and so they fly through our neighborhood to go hit another lake. So you can there. I'm sure. I know my brother's an avid snowmobiler, and he's in 7th heaven. He is just. I called him and he says, I know you want spring, but this is just the best year I've ever had. So he's all excited.
Well, but it's, you know, everyone knows it's coming to an end.
Yeah,
so
yeah, it is. I
hopefully
just want flowers.
The Easter Bunny doesn't need to wear his snowmobile boots.
Or drive on a snowmobile to deliver the eggs. I don't know.
Hopping around.
Yes. Okay, well, we'll dive into it. First up is FFOs, and I have none. So, Jeannie, you're up, and you got a load here.
I've got an archive one, and it's from this book here. And this is copyright 1988. So, and this is...
Oh, you did flowers. Oh, is that one?
Like that. So, I have this usually hanging up here. When I originally made it,
there you go.
I made it to put over our bed. And I don't know, I'm sure it's the called for colors, floss, but I don't know
I just don't want to get glare in there.
Yeah.
There you go.
The fabric. So.
That's very beautiful. Just what we need, flowers. Flowers, give us flowers.
Yeah. And then I didn't pull the charts, but the laundry series from Hands On Design. I know Missy from Two Knees Pulling Thread and Carol from Two Tall Stitchers is doing this one, but I framed it all in one.
Oh, okay.
For my laundry room.
And her green is greener than you're seeing there.
It's jade.
Yeah.
The Fire King Dishes jadeite. That's what the color was taken from. Yeah,
because that's you're seeing it more tealy, but that's it's a little more green.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
So that's that one, and then I've got more.
She always has more.
Well, it's been.
I know it's weird. That's why we haven't recorded. We've been every time we plan to record, we're getting 10 inches of snow.
This one here I did last fall.
Well, I remember that because it patterns in them.
Yeah.
Are those oranges or what are they?
Cherry? Apples.
Oh, apples. Or
so
you put it on an apple.
Yeah, I got this board at one of those junk things we went to.
Oh, yep.
That we has around here, there's like 10 or 12 places you go to. So I finished it and put it on the cutting board. That's that one. Then this one here, Matilda Rowe, 1843, and I did it on 18 count Seraphim Fabrics Winter White, but I did my great grandma.
Oh, you know who your great-great-grandma is.
Yeah, she came over on the boat from Scotland.
Oh, nice.
And she met her husband who came over from Ireland on the boat.
On the boat, so they met on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
On the long journey across the...
Oh, they had lots of time to get to know each other, huh?
Yeah. I guess. Okay, and then my snow days.
Stitch. Can you switch to a spring day stitch? Maybe you'll switch it around here. Get rid of the snow day stitches, people.
So that's that one.
Oh, you put little sparkly little snow.
Came with it.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's that Heinz It that always has the charms or whatever.
Oh, nice.
And it's called for, it's just on 18 count Ada with called for floss. Okay, and then Luck of the Irish, Primrose Cottage Stitches. It's on 16 count fiber on a whim eggshell with the called for floss. And I made it into a
Oh, that's cute.
little pillow.
Oh. So what's the biggest you would go with a pin keep?
Well, it depends on what you stuff it with. Because I don't, the lizard litter, the ground shells, I don't think those should get too big.
Oh no, that'd be heavy too.
Well, and then you got kind of a...
It's lumps.
Yeah. So I don't know. I've got one that's maybe 6 by 6 or so.
Okay.
That I still can put into my tray.
Okay.
And then I did this one here. It's Love Luck. So another one of those Heinz It, and it had a charm. So that's one is this. So
Cute fabric.
the charm. And then I did Strawberry Flare.
Oh, you did that.
It's with Helen D floss conversion, and I did it on Seraphim 18 count antique lace. And
Everybody's talking about the strawberries quite
intense.
intense. Is that the word? And I think Missy said she did all the background first.
I did the strawberry last.
Oh, I know, because that's what, wasn't Helen D going to do the strawberry last?
But yet, there's a pattern in there. And once
Oh.
you get the pattern, you can just, go and do all the one color floss. At least I did.
Okay. Yeah, I think Missy said she did all the background first, because then she could fill in the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it for fully finishes for me.
Fully finishes. Okay, we're going on to finishes.
No? Okay. I have some.
So you'll see these FFO next time, right?
I don't know. For this month, last month it was Wordplay was my
Whipco.
Whipco.
Oh, okay.
So I did March, and these are
Yeah, Elizabeth Ann does those. Did you see the thing she puts them on?
yeah.
It's plaid.
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay.
So here's my March. It's on 18 count oatmeal Ada with the called for DMC. Okay. And then
Oh, you have April done too.
April.
April has a bunny.
And there was supposed to be back stitching on the wagon that said seeds, and I started doing it and I didn't like it. I wasn't my back stitching wasn't, it didn't lay on top all over. It kind of got down between yeah. So I didn't. And then I did another one of Carol Manning. We had gotten this, in January from Justine at Welcome Stitchery 24 Hours.
Yep.
And I did one before, and then here's another one now with the called for floss on 14 count Ada, white Ada. Okay, so those are my...
Why aren't you showing the other one?
Oh, that was, I already showed that last month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's all I have for finishes.
I do have a finish.
Oh!
And it is I've been working on Merrily Merrily We Welcome Spring. And this is it from Blackbird Designs. And I have to do something really quick. We FaceTime on weekends with our friend Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte.
And sometimes Mary.
And sometimes Mary. And when Charlotte finishes something, she does a cowbell. So here's my cowbell, Charlotte, just for you. Is it gonna work? That's my cowbell. Just to show you I finished it. It should stop.
Yeah.
But here it is. It's all finished.
Beautiful.
And I finally finished it. I'm so happy I can hardly stand it.
Is this one of the first things you started when you got back into it?
This is the first thing I started when I got back into it. And they have a dog here, and I put Willow. Willow is my white cat, and she has a black heart on her. And then I have a calico Rosie, so I put her in. And I have turtles, so I put a little turtle right there. And then I put my children in here. So this is Brian and his wife, Amy. Tim and Tracy are down here. Two of my grandchildren, Jack and Kelsey, are here. Garrett is over here in the corner, and Andrew is... Here you are. Andrew is right there. And then I have Tom and me up here, LeAnn and Tom, and then our initials. She had an O there. I put in our initials wherever she had initials for her family. So that's my sampler, and I'm all done. I can't believe I finished it. I'm so excited.
Very nice.
I know. Charlotte doesn't even know, so she'll be...
Now it's where to get it framed.
I know. Good question. I just sit and stare at it because it's my first one done. I'm so happy. I am excited.
And that was Blackbird Designs, Merrily Merrily We Welcome Spring.
Yeah.
So, come on, spring.
Come on, spring.
And that's a standalone pattern, right? There's no other thing in the book.
Nothing else in here.
Okay.
No, that's it. And it's funny because there are some specialty stitches. There's Smyrna crosses in the flowers down here. These two big flower pots. Whoopsie, I knew if I didn't clip it, it would fall down again. There's Smyrna crosses in the pots and the flowers. I've never done those. Down here, there's Smyrna crosses, and then in the pot, and over here too, there's Smyrna crosses. And then the bottom of the house is all satin stitched, and she tells you to use a single strand, and there were spaces in between, so I doubled it, and then it filled it in really nice. So
Is that the call for colors for the house?
yeah, it is.
Pretty.
I know, and it's blue.
That's what I was thinking. Did you change it to blue?
No, I didn't. Those are the called for. It was Dove and whatever, like blue, something cornflower blue. That's what it was.
What fabric?
This is 36 count oaken, and it's a very pretty fabric. It was very nice to work on. It had a couple slubs, but there's a video Charlotte showed me how you can take those out. So that was kind of nice, and I learned something because I didn't know you could take them out. So
Very pretty.
it's so nice.
It's an accomplishment.
Boy, is it ever. I'm happy.
But now what?
I don't know. I got to look because what I'm going to do is keep working on, because I think I have 14 whips that I counted, and most of them are samplers. So I'm going to look at, I think I'm going to keep looking at the ones that I have the furthest along.
Okay, closest to getting finished?
Yeah, and work my way down. And I'm going to try to work on like 2 a month with the small in there too.
Okay.
So now we're up to whips.
Yep.
Go for it. I only have one whip. So.
Okay.
Oh, and I used this book for the cats. I had to make a turtle. They don't have turtles. And I looked online, there aren't very many turtles. So I just kind of had to wing it.
That book is, because when I did my great-grandma's, I had to find a motif to work around, and that book is wonderful.
Yeah, because I took the cats, and then I just, like with my calico, I just added some black and some tan, and, you know, yep. Bingo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my next snow day stitch is, and this
Cut
is
it
getting
out.
a little harder.
Cut it out, cut it out, cut it out.
It's
Do
on
a spring stitch, flower stitch, rain stitch. What do you want to call it?
18 count Confederate gray Ada, and this is as far as I have gotten.
Oh, it's a cute little snowman.
And it says, see, but I'm having a hard time with it. It's supposed to say let it snow. So
Oh my God.
I'm kind of holding back. And then I started, this was a freebie.
Yep, well,
I don't know, a while ago.
Oh yeah, quite a while ago.
So I've got a tiny start on this.
Oh, nice.
And this says 20 count vintage country mocha. So that, and then I have, this was another one of my whip goes for this month. It was a birthday start 2 years ago for me. So,
I love the blues in there.
yeah, it's with the called for.
Yeah, those are pretty.
And it's on an 18 count tea dyed by me.
You're honing in on a finish there.
Yeah, so it was kind of like, okay, I met my goal. Do I keep going or do I, because this is on my birthday starts are on my whip go a couple times.
Do you have free days in your whip go?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I got all 25.
Okay.
So,
No, I mean, in the month, do you have any free days?
oh yeah,
Oh, so you could keep working on it.
but then that's where I
Does
start.
it come up again in your whip go?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then
Yes.
I wouldn't worry.
Because then now I can do things like this.
Right.
These Easter eggs, Heinz it. And this is on 14 count Lavender Whisper Ada. And I'm doing sulky, just variegated. It's all variegated, so I'm not following the charts except for the outlines. So here it is so far.
Oh, and you're almost done with it too again.
Well, I got Easter, but then there's eggs.
Oh, down on the bottom. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Yep, it's longer. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's little charms to put on there. So this is like what I like to do when I get my whip go done.
Oh, okay.
Is, you know, a seasonal.
Yep.
So, and I am going to have to do a spring at some point. Or who is it that's hopping right to summer?
Oh, somebody.
Yeah, they couldn't do a spring, so they're just going to do.
Well, I know. Oh, because like Carol said, they don't really have spring in Florida, right? Didn't
Yeah.
you say their spring is like in January or something? It was weird. It was.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do have one whip that I've been working on, and it's from the Scarlet House. It's called Needfuls. This is the pattern. And I don't have, you know, I don't know why, but I always pick these ones that they have full coverage at the top. I don't know why I do. I just,
And that's where you start.
yeah, it must be like I'm drawn to these things that have full coverage at the top. But that's the ruler tape. And then I'm working on the sewing machine, and I have one little
Well,
button.
and there's 5
Yep.
charts in there, and you pick the one out of those 5 with the full coverage at the top.
Well, no, like this has full coverage border.
Okay, so 2 out of 5.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I'll do any of the other ones or not. I don't know.
Very pretty.
Yeah, it
Very
is.
cute.
This is on, I wrote it on the bag so I wouldn't put, because I didn't know what I was working on. It is on 40 count Brenda's Brew. So it's a little darker than what they used, but that's it right there. And that's kind of the sewing machine. Did that help you there? See, I'm working on the sewing machine, and there's a button. What I'm doing is I'm doing stuff with the tomato in it.
Are you going to do this one that vintage and then you just sew on buttons?
It says buttons.
Right.
Yeah.
Vintage buttons.
I don't know.
That'd be a quick one.
Oh, yeah, very quick.
You can see results.
Yeah, those good old results. Yeah. Okay, that's my whip. Okay, I'm gonna show you a few bags. I made a few bags in a portfolio. I don't know what I should show first. I guess I'll start. This is a bag I made. I think it was Brenda and Laura. Somebody had given them this. And so I ordered the fabric because I just love this vase. And then I just ordered a coordinating fabric to go with it. And
The vase fabric didn't come in blue?
no,
Oh.
nope, didn't. But that's one. And I usually don't make them up and down. So this was kind of different for me. I usually make them the other way. And then our friend Mary, we showed in the last video, or I did. I don't remember if you had yours with or not. But she had gone to a vintage store and picked up some. She picks up
Different
pillowcases
linens and
stuff.
things, yeah.
And I mean, we do that too. But so I made a bag out of one of her pillowcases that she gave me.
That's very pretty. And you tacked it down, right? The crocheting?
I did. I sewed it right between the pink and the white with clear thread. And I also put, I can't show you, but I put white interfacing behind it too.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise they were open. They weren't.
Oh, sure.
They were just clear. There was nothing.
It'd like flap in the wind.
Yeah, and this is Lori Holt fabric down here. And this is fabric I've had for a long time. So I got to buy more Lori Holt because...
It's the right colors.
Well, yeah, it seems like the vintage pillowcases, she's got the right colors for them. And then I made a portfolio, and I found a pattern or a lady online, and her name is Tigerlily Designs. And this is her pattern if you want to go get it. And what's kind of nice is when you download the pattern, you click on this red thing, and she has a video that she shows you how to make it embedded in the pattern. So you can watch it, as many times as you want. So that's kind of nice. So I made my portfolio with this sewing fabric and the ruler fabric. And then you have a choice. I made two, there's a pocket here to put stuff in, and then you have a zipper here under the vinyl. And I made that on both sides. But you also have a choice on one side, if you notice in the pattern, where she shows you how to make this too. So you can put your bobbinated thread in there, floss in there. And so then you can have, I made two of these, where she made one of those and one of those. And then you can also, instead of vinyl, you could do fabric on the outside too. Because Jeannie said she had heard that the double vinyl sticks together. I mean, I'm not having any trouble at all, but I suppose if it got hot or, I don't know. But we'll find out. And I thought, if anything, I can always put something in between when I shut it.
And don't put a packaged chart in the vinyl.
Oh, okay.
Or even if you take the chart out, because it will stick.
Or pull off the print.
Yeah.
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 I wasn't planning. I thought I'd put my charts in the back.
Yeah.
And then put my floss in there. That's what I was thinking. But this is the first one I made. It was fun, and it wasn't hard. So,
very nice.
it was kind of interesting
But
to do.
you kind of, being you didn't do the little pockets in the vinyl, was there a different step that you had to do then to...
Well, she just said if you're gonna do two-sided vinyl, just do double, double. But when you put you iron this onto the fusible. It's by Bozel. It's double-sided. So then one side is this, and one side is that, and you iron it on first. But if you're doing the bobbinating thing, your lines will go up and down because you're sewing the pockets for the floss.
Up and down and
yeah, they
across.
go up and down, so you make all your little tiny pockets. Well, then you sew on the other side straight up and down. Well, I didn't have the bobbinated thing, so once I got my two fabrics ironed on, I just diagonally stitched just to make a pattern on.
So when you would do the bobbinated sections, you'd have to cut strips of vinyl.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You cut strips of vinyl, and then you cut strips of the fabric too. Up on the top. If you notice, she has a little strip of fabric up on the top. So you do that fabric, and then you sew down this way to get your little pocket.
Okay.
Yeah, you do. You do cut. I mean, if you've ever worked with vinyl, when you're going through your sewing machine, a lot of people complain it sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, when you buy vinyl or anything, any kind of interfacing or anything, you get that tissue paper.
The instruction sheet.
Yeah, wrapped around to keep that. Because then you lay that on your sewing machine and you put your vinyl on top and you sew your vinyl through, nothing sticks, nothing.
And then if that even gets caught in the stitching, it just tears away.
Right. No problem at all. I didn't have any trouble because she talked quite a bit about that in here. But
now, what size is that? That's a nice size.
When you cut it, it's 20 by 13 and a quarter.
Okay, so then it's like 10 by 13. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you bind it like a quilt then, so there is no, it's the same height and size.
Yep, it is. And then she shows you how to do the quilting binding, and then she stitched it on the back, rolled it over in the front, and stitched it again. And I'm not that good at that. So I hand stitched my front, just like I would a quilt.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I mean, she shows you, she has white thread going through here, but you want to get it into that ditch on the back.
Yeah, to catch everything.
That's hard to do. I just thought, I'm used to hand binding anyway. And to me, when I'm binding a quilt, I'm finishing it. To my brain, it's finishing it. So when I was hand binding this, I was finishing it. So.
Yeah. And you kind of start celebrating and almost ringing that bell.
Yeah. I don't ring a bell for quilting, but I should.
Yeah.
But Charlotte kept ringing. The last couple of weeks we've been FaceTiming with her. She finished 2 projects, a big sampler and then a smaller one.
Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark. All of a sudden, we get this thing like this bell is ringing. I thought, dang it, I want to ring a bell. So I ring a bell.
Well, I got a cowbell downstairs. I should get it out.
Oh, you should. We can ring it every time. Oh, man, you'd be ringing it 20 times a video.
My son the university he went to was called MUU because there was a lot of agricultural studies. So he played football in college and we'd go to football games and that's what, in the crowd, everyone had cowbells.
Oh, yeah. Because who was talking about that on a Flosstube that they have cowbells?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so now we're on to haul.
Yep. You want to go?
I can go if you want me to go.
She's got piles.
Well, yeah, but okay, we went to, the last time you saw us, we were going to go to Welcome Stitchery for her
Super Bowl
sale.
Yeah, that's been...
So we did go, and she had a bin, I don't know, she has cubbies of smaller cuts of fabric. And at her sale, those were 30% off, so we went through that, and like this is Dolly Madison, that's what it's called, Needle and Flax Dolly Madison 36 count. That's a good sort of rendition, right? And then I got some cocoa, 35 count cocoa, Needle Bling Shrekie's Tan.
I didn't think you said you found so much, but you did.
I did. I found quite a bit. This is American Chestnut by R&R, 36 count. Here's Patriot's Brew, 36 count. And I mean, they're just pieces. So but I mean, you can get a lot of smalls on. There's Needle and Flax Brea, it's B-R-E-A. That's got some cool modeling in it. And then this piece I bought, this is Weeks 36 count straw, and I had her give me a fat quarter of that. And then Shelly did it. She had some pearl cotton that wasn't selling, so then Shelly took it home and she twisted it.
Corded it.
She corded it. And so then it's, here's what color it is.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, I thought that was a great idea. And then here's another one with, the color.
One of your prim colors.
Yeah. Oh, and then this one. Blue. But it's nice because it's already corded. It's already done. And then this was 50% off. It's just a Jim Shore
Middle Hill, yeah.
And Jeannie found one too that's yellow, I think. And then she had this tape that was cut, tea-dyed, not tie-dyed. Yeah, Lady Dot. Lady Dot Creates, and it's already stained and old looking. So that was
Already grunged up.
yeah, that was Welcome Stitchery, and then our local needle shop had
Stitchville, USA.
had their Super Bowl thing going on too. So Jeannie and I went to Welcome Stitchery on Saturday, and then I went down to Stitchville on Sunday, and I got a couple pieces of fabric because everything in the store was 20% off. And this is Lakeside Linen Vintage Light Exemplar. I haven't been able to get that, so I was jumping up and down. I don't, I gotta keep myself from squealing sometimes because like, I found it.
And they're all pre-cuts.
Yeah, they're pre-cut. She has bigger cuts and smaller cuts, and they're all piled up by smallest to biggest. She doesn't. You don't have fat quarters there or half yards.
Or
there.
buy them by the inch, or
You buy them by the inch.
But I mean, can you go in there and say I want it 12 by 16?
No.
Okay.
It's already, they're already cut.
Okay.
She has bins of leftover stuff, but pretty much what's on the shelf is what you get. And she must have a mathematical something because it seems like they're all, there'll be several cuts of it. And it seems like it's always that way.
Okay, yeah. So she gets yardage in and cuts it up and just doesn't deal with it then after.
Right. And then this is 36 count R&R Creek Bed Brown. And I think it was Olivia that was saying she loved this color. And she said they don't make it anymore. But here it is. I don't know. But those were the two fabric. I did get, we bought thread too, but I'm not going to show you thread, right? Right. Okay, so that's done. Then Lakeside, or not Lakeside, 123 Stitch got in some Picture This Plus fabric. So this is 40 count Oaken.
So did you get notified? Or did you just go in and find it?
You know how you can click that notify me?
Yep.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, and then Charlotte too got them at the same time. She says, did you see they got a bunch of Picture This Plus? So I went over there too, and sure enough, it was all still there. So
okay.
This is 40 count Oaken by Picture This Plus.
So okay, what did you do your sampler on?
36 count Oaken.
And that's different. Isn't this more taupey?
It's darker.
Yeah.
When you look at it, that's generally the higher the count you go, it seems like it gets more, is it more saturated? Yeah, because I don't know if you can see this has almost got more of a pink hue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, yep.
Okay.
And then the other one I ordered was 40 count Legacy Linen.
It's a little bigger piece.
Yeah, I got half yards of each because I can't get them.
Well, and samplers that you like to do are bigger.
Bigger, right.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought, because some of these samplers that I've been looking at are like, okay. And this was from, what's the place in Canada?
Evertoad?
No.
No.
Other one. I know everybody's yelling. Traditional Stitches. It's their kit. This is their...
they're exclusive?
Exclusive, yes. Lucy Barber, 1857. Oh, God, it's so beautiful. And I got the 103s.
So did you get a kit? You got the full kit?
Yeah, you can get it in different... You can get it in all different fabrics. You can get it in different threads. And this is 40 count Wood Smoke by Tabby Cat Linen. And then I guess if you ordered it early enough, you got one of these.
Oh, bling.
Yeah.
Gloss bling.
Right. And then, I got the 103 silks. They're so pretty. Look at all those colors. So that is exciting.
Now, is any of this going to be out of your comfort zone?
No.
Okay.
Out of my comfort? You mean too bright?
Yeah.
Or what? No. Because I notice a lot of the Hands Across the Sea samplers to me are brighter.
Yeah.
But when you're working on that silk, because I'm doing that one I had a Father Kind and True, when you get those colors in there, it's beautiful.
Especially when they all get together.
Yeah, and like I was doing the little red flower tips, and that red is, I don't know other word than rich. It just looks so rich.
Uh-huh.
And the only thing I've gotten so far from, I'm being a good girl because we're going to Silver Needle at the end of April. So I haven't bought anything from Market except this. This was the Stitch. You get these, and you get the whole kit. You get the thread. There's the Ada. It's Ada, right? Maybe not. Looks like Ada to me.
Oh, that's awful small.
Yeah, it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I'll have to look. But then you got the little
Tray?
tray to put it on. Can you see the stitch sitting on a tray? There. And that's why I kind of ordered it. I thought, oh, they might go and you won't get that.
I should show Dean, my husband, that tray,
So he
because
can
we've been
make it.
looking at molding, and he can't quite understand. I said, I want to stack buttons on it.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know. His mind doesn't go to.
And then this, Charlotte does this. She keeps all of her stuff in this quilt journal, which is kind of nice, and it holds 50 different projects. And Fat Quarter Shop had a sale on them, so I bought one. And what's kind of nice is it's different than your book, because this you can, you know, put the date you started, when you finished it, and you know, you can put pictures in there. And I just thought that's a nice way to kind of journal my samplers.
That's kind of like those sheets that Justine is giving out for
Yeah.
her binder.
Right. You can keep track of it. It isn't quite like the book. The book you can, you know, write every day you stitched on whatever.
I think the so-and-sos, one of the gals on the so-and-sos, because when she was going through her whip, she says, okay, this is number 8. And she'd refer back to her book, what it was stitched on when she
Yep.
started.
Right. And so that's kind of nice. I thought for me, this would kind of work, I think.
So when are you starting?
No, because I'm going to put that one in there.
Okay.
And then now, since I have to go through my other 14 whips, I'm going to put them in here as I go through to try to figure out which one I'm going to work on
And
next.
kind of guesstimate when you started them?
Yeah, because I pretty much started a lot that November when we started up again. And wasn't that 2020? Or was it 19?
Yeah.
Boy, I thought she'd know right off the top of her head.
Well,
This one-
I didn't start in November. I started like in January for your birthday.
Oh, okay. When did I call you and tell you about Carol Saltbox?
January.
Okay. Oh, that was
It
January.
was after the first of the
Oh, so
year.
maybe I did start in January.
Well, I think you started early, because then we took a trip down a country sampler for her birthday. You know, one of her day trips.
Yeah, one of my day trips. I like my day trips. We gotta do more of those. So then I got this is Brenda Gervais, Every Opening Flower. It's out now, but I had ordered it from Dying to Stitch because this was their exclusive. And it just came, but because I think they ran out or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I just got it. But it is available now with all of Brenda Gervais' new releases, so everybody can get it. But that's where I got it. And then Lenny from
Sable Stitches.
Sable Stitchers, she showed these, and so then I went out and found them. But these are those little cards.
Oh, I love those.
I know,
The
'cause-
Prairie Schoolers.
Yeah, and there's several, you know, in a...
I didn't know they came in kits or
They do-
collections.
Yeah, they come in collections.
Is that like a year?
And this is the garden alphabet. And then this one is set B. And I mean, even though you see a snowman on the front, there's a lot of different stuff.
I got that spring one.
Yeah, there's, you know, and they're really little. And I thought these would be great to put on my little tree. Well, it's not a little tree, but it's a skinny tree. Here's a ho. Here's a house. I think you did this pheasants. Didn't you do
Yep,
those?
yep, it's
Grouse?
hanging right
Are they
over.
grouse or pheasants?
Mine are pheasants.
Are those pheasants?
Yep,
Yep.
see, it's a ringtail.
And like here's a tree with ABCs. Here's the ABC with the Santa. Here's an eagle. So I mean, they're not all, when you get the set, they're not all like Christmas or, and then like I got set A, this is Farmer's Market. And that was B, Prairie Seasons.
This is set C.
C, Garden Samplers. And then here's F. It says Ding Ding.
What happened to D?
Well, I thought I ordered D and it hasn't come yet. And I kind of looked
Where'd you order them through?
different places.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I think they've been out for a long time and we just never knew about it. So I do have A, B, C,
This is,
F.
yeah.
And this is,
I put
there,
that in wrong.
D is different. D is not, okay, so D is not really the card sets, it's different. But E, there's a card set of E's. And that's what I ordered, but I noticed they refunded my money. So I'm thinking they didn't have it anymore.
Oh, and these aren't all the same size cards.
No, it's kind of weird.
Okay.
not real good in the
Okay.
old
I'm
cutting
going to get
department.
online before this video airs.
Oh, yeah, to find them. And then somebody showed these. I think it was Laura and Brenda, and it's from the Pink Dragon Crafts, and she's an Etsy shop. And so I got these pins. They're so cute, those little ghosts, and the ghosts are fabric, but they're starched.
It's like they're in a matchbook.
Yeah, and there's a cauldron right here, and then there's 2 pumpkins and 2 ghosts. And then this one, it says sew, and there's scissor, 2 tomatoes, and 2 blue spools of thread.
Sold.
Yeah. So when I saw those, I bought them. I think she had. I don't know where you could get those scissor fobs that say I'm a stitcher and stuff, and they were all.
Yeah,
they
with
were
the beads.
gone. Yeah, they're gone.
Okay.
So maybe they'll come back. I don't know. But that's my haul. I think your haul
You
is
did
up.
good.
Yeah,
You did better than I did.
Well, not really, because that was all Welcome Stitcher. I think our biggest haul was from Welcome Stitchery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got, this is the yellow chick I got from Welcome Stitchery. And then I got fabric too.
Yeah.
Got assorted Ada's.
Oh, she got a lot. Oh, you got red.
I got, isn't that red pretty?
Yeah, that's very pretty. It's modeled too.
It's Rogue? No, Joy Lynn.
Color is called Joy Lynn, but the fabric is Rogue, R-O-G-U-E. Yeah, look at that.
18 count.
And that's showing a little more orange, and it's red. Yeah, it's really pretty.
So a lot of neutrals. Then there's this.
They're doing a lot more with Ada. Wow. You get a lot
kind
of
of purpley.
Yeah.
And
There's kind of a gray with some.
yeah,
There's some purple in that too.
red or
Yeah,
mauve.
there's something in there.
Yeah. So, and then I'm going to get into Mill Hill. So I needed some tacky bills.
Because then you put your beads on there, right?
Yep. I guess Bob quit. So now
Well,
they
because
went.
somebody says, yeah, I have a tacky bob, and then the next person will say, I have a tacky bill, and I thought, what's the difference? There's no difference? You just named them different?
Well, Bob was before, and you can't get Bob anymore.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah. And then I'm doing the Patreon Mystery Sal with Teresa Colgan. It just started today. And she has it on Cedar River linen. Okay, and she did 40 count. So I ordered 2 pieces. Why should I have this done? It's called Overcast, but I got an 18 and I got a 20 count. I'll have to make up my mind which one I want to do. So
There's a little difference in color, but not much.
the 20 count seems a little lighter, or not? A little.
Is this 20?
This is 20, a little darker
I was
here.
going to say darker. Yeah, you can see there that it's darker.
Yeah.
Yep, you can.
So,
And that's what it calls for?
yep,
Okay.
40 count
Wow,
Overcast.
her chart, I wish you could see this. Her chart is so nice and big, and it has lots of color in it. Boy, that's a nice chart.
Well, they have a black and white chart too, but I didn't print that.
No, but the color one, that's a really nice chart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I ordered my threads from 123 Stitch, and I didn't order. I just ordered last weekend, so hopefully they'll be here soon. They're supposed to be here between the 15th and 17th. So those are my
That's your haul.
haul.
Okay, I guess we don't have anything else. You got any plans?
This Patreon.
Yep. But that'll be a while, right? Because it's once a month.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looks like there'll be like 8 sections, maybe.
I think 6.
6? Okay. 6.
Yeah,
Yep.
6. Yeah, and then, I do WIPCO each month, so I've gotten, the first 3 months are all done, so, yeah. And then to finish some more, hopefully I don't have any more snow stitch days, but other than this week.
She's going next week to visit her son in Florida. And I feel kind of bad for her because I think when she comes back, we're going to get more snow. So you go down to, 90-degree weather and
I'll
sun?
be ready for it to cool down then.
Yeah, because she doesn't like hot so well as she likes cooler.
Yeah.
I mean, she met me outside in the car with no jacket on, and it's
31.
oh, okay. For you, that's summer.
Yeah, it's gonna melt today.
We're supposed to get up to 41 today.
Yeah,
And
before the snow comes in.
After next week, because our average right now, we're supposed to be in the 40s, and I think they said we've only had 2 in March.
At least, yeah. But the snow cover keeps the temperature down. Yeah.
Right. If we can get rid of the snow cover, then we'll really heat up. But I don't know. I don't know if we're ever gonna get rid. There's so much snow out there, it's ridiculous, and we're gonna get more. So, I suppose from our chairs moving.
Yeah, that doesn't look any better.
Okay, my plan is to pick out another sampler to start working on, or 2. I think I'm gonna try to work on 2 a month, and then 1 or 2 smalls. That's my plan. Quilting, I'm putting together this. I showed it last time. It's 1-inch squares.
Your postage stamp.
Yeah, it's a postage stamp.
It's got
and
what, black and red and green and cheddar.
Green, yeah, and that's kind of like that's going through kind of like a chain, like
Irish chain
sort of through it. But so I'm working on that. I don't know. I might have the top finished by next month. I don't know. That's taken a while.
Well, yeah, but your machine was in for repairs.
It was for a little over a week. I don't know you guys that are quilters, but I mean, it was gone for almost a week and a half, and I feel like I didn't have a left arm the whole time. I mean, every day it was like, I want my... And I used another machine. It isn't like I have don't have other machines. But that one automatically raises the foot pedal, and my grandsons were laughing at me because I said, well, the machine I was using temporarily cut the fabric. It's a Juki.
Cut the thread.
Cuts the thread. Sorry, cuts the thread, but it doesn't do anything else. And my machine...
Spoiled.
Does everything. It lifts the presser foot. It cuts the threads. It pretty much you can do anything you want with these machines. Well, to go down to basic, like I even had to remember every time to lift and put down the presser foot because my machine lifts them.
You don't use a leg lift.
No, because it's power. Why use a leg lift when the machine?
Well, but I mean on your other machine.
Oh, on the Juki, I
Yeah.
could have used the leg lift.
You
But,
could use...
but again, it's something you have to do.
But that becomes automatic for everyone who's had, on your
Right.
machine, to
Yes.
lift up the presser foot, there's this thing where you just move your knee over
Yes.
your thighs. So it's second nature.
Right, for those that do
Yeah,
that.
that
But
aren't
if your
spoiled.
machine does it for you, you don't know that. So every time I start sewing, it's like, dang it, I gotta put the presser foot down.
You gotta plan all your cleaning and repairs of your machine to take it in before vacation. And then pick it up after, so
I come
you
back
don't...
from vacation. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I don't miss it.
Yeah.
I know, because
You can take that machine to the spa and have it overdone.
It came back though, and oh my gosh, he did such a good job, and it just hums and purrs. And my lower cutter wasn't working, and he had to replace that. So now boy, hit that button, cuts right up. I love my machine. My machine and I are one.
Mm-hmm.
So I miss it when I have to go from the Cadillac down to the Volkswagen or something.
I think Willow, your cat, even gets jealous of it because of the time you spend with it.
Yeah, she does. She sits on top though where it's warm, so she's still by me. She can't be in my lap though. I think that's what bothers her. It's because your lap is under the table. Not enough room for her to fit. So I guess we're done. We will move on to quilting. For those of you that don't like quilting, move on to another Flosstube. And we'll see you probably in another month.
Yeah.
Please like and subscribe if you know.
And
like
thanks for coming back, and all the newbies.
Yeah,
welcome.
Newbies, welcome. Yeah, so we love your comments. Any comments you want to know, any questions or answer, we're happy to, figure stuff out for you. That's what we do. Okay, so if you're leaving us, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so now we'll move on to quilting. FFOs. I do have an FFO.
Yep.
I do. I like to make miniature quilts, and in this book, these are old books. I looked up online, and you can still get it. It isn't real cheap anymore, but
Oh, is that the secondary market ones?
yeah, some of them are kind of high priced, but you can still get this book for a fairly reasonable price. And the quilt I did was, it's called the Crown of Thorns. And I did mine in blue instead of red, and it finishes at 23 by 23, so it's 23 inches square.
Is this the first quilt you've done out of here so far?
Out of this book, yes, out of this book. And this is it finished. There it is. And these half square triangles, they're a 1/2 inch finished, each one of them. And what I did is I used paper piecing. I used primitive gatherings. I showed it on the last video. They're square, so they fit on a 5-inch square. And you got 16 out of, that square. And so they were 3/4 inch. And what I did is I cut them down then to a 1/2 inch so that they were straight. So when you have a better time of putting them together.
That is so nice.
Yeah, and all of those little half square triangles around the border.
So now that will go into your quilting room and your...
On my ruler wall, yeah, on my yardstick wall, yep, it will. So that is done, and I love it, love it, love it, love it. And that's my
As well
FFO.
you should.
Yes, it was fun. I like that putsy little stuff. I just do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we just saw these.
Well, I did...
Oh, that's right.
we go to a quilting group up, it's in Rush City, Minnesota, the Cutting Edge, and it's a monthly meeting, and we do a quilt throughout the year. And they had given out this leaflet at one of them, at Moda Love Charm Quilt.
And that's a free pattern you can get if you go to Moda, I think.
Yeah, modafabrics.com.
Yep, you can pull it off there.
So, it's bigger. After her little, but this was the call for size, because you use charm squares. And I just had to have, this was a kit I had gotten, years ago, and it was for placemats with a pattern included and everything. Well, I didn't look at it for a few years. Went in there, no pattern. So I had this pack of a kit. So it worked out great. And then when we were up there, they had given us, one of our previous mentor and leader of the group had made up this pattern and gave us the pattern for it. It's kind of a quilt as you go thing. So they're little
Easter
eggs.
Yeah, we just got this pattern on Monday, and here it is Wednesday.
Well, and this didn't take long at all, and
no.
I didn't read it all through about quilt as you go, so I just stripped a bunch of fabric thinking then I'd lay it on top and blah, blah. So I've got like a 10 by 10 square of the cupboard. So then I went back.
Because yours even look bigger.
Well, this is the stitch line. This pattern, the egg pattern, you put that on there and you stitch around this template.
Yep.
And then you trim with pinking shears.
I think your pinking is wider than hers was.
It's like a 1/4 inch, isn't it?
Yeah, but hers wasn't that. It was right next to the...
Oh, it was.
Yeah, it was right next to the stitching line. But I like yours.
Well, yeah, because she said...
I was thinking hers were kind of little. So.
Be careful not to clip the seams.
Yeah.
Well, if you stay out...
Yeah, I like your size way better.
A 1/4 inch.
You did some of your stripes up and down and some sideways.
Well, what I did is I had this backing. It was a backing of a quilt, okay? So when I trimmed my quilt after I quilted it, I had this piece that was probably about 4 or 5 inches, a strip of it, and a strip of the batting. So I used that as my back and batting and then just started sewing the strips on that.
Oh.
So then when I cut these out, I just positioned the template here and there so I could get as many as I could out of that strip, because I got some vertical, some horizontal, and even one a little
crooked. Yeah, I was gonna say you could pretty much lay that egg on any direction you want.
Right, because I didn't want them all to be exactly the same.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So that's my FFOs.
Okay. I don't have any finishes. Do you have a finish?
I do.
That would be a finish. Yep.
It is Strawberries and Cream Pincushion by Buttermilk Basin. And this was a complete kit I got there. And I haven't done except for stuffing. It will be a pin keep.
Oh, that's pretty. I
So
wonder if I have that. I don't remember if I have that or not.
I got
You
this.
know, I got to go through my wool stuff again because I have, you know, the big plastic drawers with my wool stuff, and I know I put all my smalls in a drawer, so I'll have to look.
Well, I thought, you know, I got strawberry fair
yeah.
done,
Yep.
and I got a stuffed peach strawberry, so
Yep.
I'm starting on my
Little strawberry theme.
yeah.
Like the little flower. That's nice about Buttermilk Basin if you've never been there. I mean, you can even see it online, but a lot of things she sells, you can just get the pattern or you can get the whole kit.
Well, yeah, this even had the backing fabric.
Yeah, it's really nice because then if you don't do a lot of wool, you're not a big investment then.
It didn't have the Valdani threads though.
Oh, okay. But you could use any thread. I mean,
Right.
As long as you were a sewer or stitcher and had thread. I mean, stitchers have all different color thread, so.
Yeah. And then this one I'm working on, I got it all done. I'm quilting it right now. It's my shamrock one. And we can just hold up a little bit of it.
Okay. There you go. Oh, that's cute.
So.
That's very cute, Jeannie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were talking about this one.
Yeah, I had it and it was, I forget what size it was, and it's like, okay, it's done. Then I had it on the design wall and I looked, I said, that's not big enough. So I'd add another row on the vertical row, and then it's like, well, now that's too square. So I'd add a horizontal row, and it's like, yeah, you know, if I'm going to do it, I better get it. Then I finally got, I have to cut more fabric, and I'm done. And then my backing fabric wouldn't have fit if I would have went any bigger.
That's one thing about quilters. We tend to keep making everything bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger.
You get a pattern for a wall hanging or a small lap, and you make it into a king.
Whips? Do you have whips?
Nope,
Any
those
whips?
were it.
Okay, yep, those were it. Okay, then we're down to plans. I don't have anything else to show on my quilting. Nope, I'm good. Plans, I'm going to keep working on my postage stamp quilt.
Well, and then you got quilting to do on your...
Yeah, on my ring quilt. It's sitting on my quilting machine, and I got the thread picked out, and I picked out the stencil for the middle, so I think I'm ready to go.
It's all spray basted?
Yep. So I think I'm also going to do, I want to do 2 pillow shams, and then there's a big, longer pillow that's 44 by 20 with flowers in a basket.
Applique.
And I just got the, all of the vines of the flowers are made with rickrack, and I just got the rickrack. It just came, so I'm going to start working on that. I'm kind of excited, and that's sort of springy stuff too, so maybe that'll keep my brain from going back down in the dumps.
Flowers. Then you can have your own flowers.
I can. And yesterday I just ran to the grocery store, and they had these little Gerber daisies. I mean, they're just coming out of this little pot, and they were like $6. And I mean, normally in the summer when I buy 8 or 10 big Gerber daisies
For outside.
Yeah, and they're like $3 a piece, and this was like 6 for this little. But they were orange and they had yellow in the middle, and I bought it. I said I can't take it because this is something I normally own in the summertime. So.
But your amaryllises are blooming.
Oh, they are. They're
beautifully.
beautiful. I'll put some pictures because one of my amaryllises, it's so big. I don't know.
Luncheon plate size.
Yeah, I put my plate and sent it to Jeannie and Julie to show them because it's so big. Which one has the plate there? I don't know if you can see it, but the flower is so big. It's the size of a luncheon plate. I mean, it's huge. And what's really nice about this one, I mean, this flower has looked like this for 5 days now. It hasn't started wilting.
Whoa.
It hasn't, and there's another one, you can't see it, but on the exact opposite, there's another one exactly like it. And then there's 2 more flowers coming out of the stem. So that's a beautiful one. So I think I have 3 more that are going to start blooming too. So I at least have those. Now I have my Gerber daisy. And there's I looked because there was a yellow one and an orange one and a pink one, and the orange one had 4 or 5 new flower buds kind of up. You know, you could see them. So that's why I picked that one because I'll get more flowers.
It's got to last you.
God, I know. And I'm worried because now if we don't get rid of the snow, I'm sure all of the stores here will start getting their flowers in. You know, usually in April they start getting, like the pansies and the, our first flowers. Well, they aren't going to be able to put them out because you should see we have trucks even in Lindstrom. I live in a very small town, and we have big trucks coming, and they're putting snow in the trucks and hauling it away. And so I don't know, places like Menards and stuff, their parking lots are loaded. And I don't know where they're going to put all these flowers. They're going to have to keep them inside for a while. Because I'm sure there's a designated time that all of these, they probably ordered last fall?
Well, yeah, and they got to get them out of the greenhouses.
Right. So I would assume they're going to start coming, and I don't know what we're going to do with them.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I think after next week, when she's gone to Florida, I think we have to go through another week of this cold weather, and then I think we start staying in the 40s. That's what they said. I don't know. I want to be a weatherman. Who gets paid that kind of money for not being right? That's what I want to know.
But you have your choices. You can change the channel and get a different forecast.
That's true. They all talk about these models. Well, this model we're going to get, 17 inches. This model we're going to get maybe 14. This model we might get 12. Well, okay.
So pick you have your choice. Let's have this one come here.
This much or this much?
And it's been, the last few snowfalls have been heavy, wet snow.
Yes, because it's warmer. During the day we're getting warmer.
And the sun is warm.
Yeah. I mean, in the car, I actually turn off the heat because the sun is so warm. I mean, it is. It's nice. I know. She's the cold one, and
but the eaves are dripping. It's melting off, and then refreezes.
I just keep telling. But my turtles.
Your indoor turtles.
My indoor turtles in that big tank that's behind us, they're starting to flip now because they've been it's called brumation. They're sleeping. Okay, well, they're starting to wake up and they're starting to eat. And so I have this, it's an egg laying station that I wheel up to the tank so that Gracie can lay her eggs whenever she has eggs. And she usually lays 5 or 6 sets during the summer. Well, this egg laying thing I put outside under the eaves for the winter, just to keep it out of the house, Well, I asked my grandson Garrett when he comes on Sunday if he can help me shovel so I can try to bring it in, because last year she laid eggs on April 12th. Well, okay, there's sand and dirt in there, for her to dig. Well, that's all kind of wet, no matter what, even if it's kind of dry, it's still wet. So outside it's got to be frozen. So I have to get it back in the house in order for all of that to warm up to room temperature. So the year before, she laid eggs on March 25th or 7th or something like that. So I feel like I need to get that in, because once these turtles start waking up and eating, in spring, the first thing turtles do when they come out of hibernation is start eating and getting their metabolism going again, and then they mate and lay eggs. So I got to get that thing in the house.
So
Yep.
Not pregnant very long?
No.
Okay.
Nope. And I have tortoises too, and I have 3 eggs now that have been hibernating for today's day 93.
Incubating.
I must be tired or something. I think it's the time change. Anyway, they're incubating. They've been incubating for 93 days, and those hatch anywhere from 90, believe it or not, to 180 days. Last year, they hatched at 118, which I thought was long, because the year before they hatched at right around 100. So I've been checking them every day, and if I get a baby, I'll show you. They're so cute. Oh, they're so cute. Oh my gosh. And then I'll show you Mom. You can see the difference. Jeannie knows the difference. So I'll show you those if they hatch. And maybe by next month I'll have a baby. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's another 30 days. So I bet you I do. I would think I'd at least have one. Once one hatches, they all tend to kind of catch up. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But I got to get that thing in, and I don't know how right now because there's snow up to it's on legs because my tank is high.
No, that's the west side of your house?
It is the west side, but there's still tons
But
of
you don't get a lot of afternoon sun there to melt things.
I do, but
okay.
The thing is because the deck stairs are there and the deck is there, there's part
Drifts.
of the day where we get drifts, but it's also the sun, at the angle the sun is, it gets kind of shade until the sun
okay.
kind of curves around.
Okay.
Because of the deck and the steps. So where it is, it does get sun, but not as much as it should. Because if it was totally open west, yes, it would. There wouldn't. I don't think there'd be much there. And I have it in the corner under the eaves because I thought, well, then it won't get much snow. And it didn't get snow on the top, but there's snow all the way up the legs because I have 2x4 legs on wheels because the tank is high. So you got to get this egg laying thing high enough for the top of the tank. And I mean, I can show it once it's in and it's set up. But.
Do you ever have any of the other turtles come into that if they're not laying eggs? Do they wander?
Sure, they wander in. Sometimes the males will wander in there and walk around and then leave. It has plexiglass sides, and then the patio door is right there. So sometimes they'll come and just sort of sit there and look out the window, you know. And Gracie gets mad at me because she wants to get out. And I have a pool, an 8-foot by 4-foot pool I set up for the turtles in the summer, and they spend all day, every day out there. Well, she, you know, she's been in a routine, and she doesn't understand that different years we have different weather. Well, she'll start trying to climb out of this thing towards the patio door, like, can we go out in the pool now? And it's like, no.
Like kids, yeah.
Yeah, you can't. She doesn't understand that we still have snow. No,
Willow doesn't try to visit the turtles where they lay eggs, does she?
No.
Okay.
She can't even. There's plexiglass going up the sides.
What about the top?
The top is open, but she would have to be able to jump up on the turtle tank.
Yeah, but she jumped up on my shoulders from the ground that time.
I know, but she's never jumped up on the turtle tank.
Okay.
I think she knows. I don't know if she knows she can see through it, so I think she thinks it's water.
Okay.
I don't think she understands that there's a lip up there.
Okay.
She's never jumped up on the turtle tank, ever. Never, never. Well, now that I say that, watch what happens here.
Especially if you devote a little time to the turtles, she might get a little.
Well, I feed the turtles and I have to clean their tank and stuff. So, I mean, I do devote time to the turtles. But she's downstairs. She's, wherever I am, she's happy. So, she's my kitty. Okay, I guess that's it. We've ranted on long enough. So I guess we'll see you in about a month, and Jeannie will be back from her trip, and
probably after Easter.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, gang. So everybody stay stitching, and hopefully we'll get spring. Next time you see us, we might be smiling. We never know.
Or if you have spring, don't tell us.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Don't rub it in.
No. Okay, guys.
And if you want snow, come and get some.
Yeah, plenty. We'll give you truckloads. Okay, so we'll see you next time.
Bye.